Hello, good afternoon, good morning, uh, wherever you call. This is the webinar Magnesium Parts in Serial Production from the International Magnesium Association. My name is Martin Tauber, and I'm the European representative of the IMA. We welcome you to this webinar. First, I would like to just tell a little bit about the IMA itself. The IMA was founded in 1943, so a very long-lasting, solid industry representation on a global base. So our membership consists of primary producers, remelters, recyclers, tier companies, OEMs, but also institutes and universities. And the IMA serves its members and the industry with a yearly conference, which unfortunately had to be cancelled for this year. We believe that our efforts are increasingly creating awareness for numerous options and benefits for magnesium in all different kind of use. The webinar will take about 1 hour, and we have lined up an IMA member expert panel, which I will present in a minute. And just we show you on the screen now. I hope you all see the shared slides that we talk a little bit about the demonstrator itself, then give the floor to the expert panel, and all four gentlemen will introduce their company and some parts, and also the parts which are demonstrated in the magnesium application on the website. And then we have time for 10 to 15 minutes questions and answers, which you can type in via the chat function on the software. And if for any reason we can't answer or we can't come to your question, we will be happy to send you an answer after the webinar. Also for your information, the webinar will be recorded, so it will be available on the IMA website within a short time after concluding it. Let me introduce you to our expert panel. So you see on the left top Hartmut Fischer, who spent 33 years with Stihl, with Andreas Stihl in Germany. He spent most of his careers with chainsaws, and he is currently the managing director of Stihl Magnesium Druckus in Wensheim. He also spent time in Brazil as president of Stihl there. He was 10 years chairman of the European and president of the European Garden Machinery Federation, and he is currently president of the Verband Deutscher Druckgießer, and he is a board member of the IMA. On the right side on top you have Michael Just, who spent 14 years with Georg Fischer, and he is currently the team manager die casting and light metals of GF Casting Solutions in Schaffhausen, and he is as well a board of director member of the IMA. Then you have on the left bottom, you have Herbert Fackler. He spent 21 years with Meridian, and he is currently their manager advanced engineering Europe at Meridian in Germany, located in Munich. Meridian also a long-lasting IMA member. Last but not least, you have on the bottom right, you have Jan Schütz. He is currently the product manager lightweight in Frankenberg, and Castwerk is also an IMA member. Coming to the application itself, so we have introduced beginning of the year the so-called virtual demonstrator. The purpose was to show and demonstrate magnesium parts which are in which were or are currently in serious production. There are a lot more, but we have selected 23 parts there, and we allocated them into different application areas in a vehicle, like drivetrain, structural, interior, body in white, and others. And you can also see an overview on that. I also want to mention that this demonstrator was realized with friendly support from the Volkswagen group. There are two parts of the information on the website. One is the software, also the virtual demonstrator itself, and the other is a PDF part list, which I will show in a minute. So for instance, here you can click on structural, and then you have different parts like a front end, strut brace, which we will explain during the session, a rear lift gate, which we also will explain, an engine cradle, a window frame, middle console, cross cabin, and a luggage retainer. And you will see also that different technologies, so sheet technology and mostly die casting, are shown here. And then you can click on every part, and we can show you also an overview list of these 23 selected parts, and they're also dedicated with different colors. The second element is a part list where you see along like the technology and also the different alloy used, the weight of the part, the weight advantage or other advantages associated with the part. You see the manufacturer, and if it's dedicated to a particular OEM and a particular model, it's also listed there. Just want to open up also for later for the discussion, and before we conclude to the panel, a little bit of an outlook. So we all know that magnesium has significant weight advantages against aluminium, but also against advanced high-strength steel. We have currently, and that's also a study from the IMA, we have currently about, let's say, 4 to 5 average kilos in a car in the European fleet. The American fleet has a little bit more of average weight. And in our study, we calculate or add up the magnesium part, the magnesium alloy part, plus the magnesium used as alloying element for aluminium parts. So if you split that up, that would be about around 3.5 kilos for the magnesium part, and around 1.5 to 2 kilograms of magnesium for the aluminium part. The slide which you're looking on the screen is from our last conference in Budapest and was done by Clark and Meron, and it is not corrected for the first quarter, for the first half year. We know that there's a big decline in usage and in car sales and everything. So our next market set will certainly indicate the corona impact on the demand, on the use. But I only want to demonstrate here that so far die casting automotive in an outlook, and here is an outlook of 10 years outlook, is still the engine behind the growth of the magnesium demand. So that's also for later for the discussion, but I want to pass over to the first expert on our panel, the microphone of Herbert Fackler is working from Meridian. So welcome, Herbert.
Okay, thank you very much. We need to adjust this to my. Okay, now I can see it. First of all, thank you to the IMA that we can do the presentation here. I would like to start with a couple of pages about Meridian. Meridian is a full-service supplier for large magnesium die casting parts. So we are in the magnesium business since 1981. We have production location globally in North America, in Europe, and in Asia. Altogether, we have roughly seven plants. We have a large in-house group about advanced engineering and parts development, and we are mainly focused on magnesium die casting and especially on large magnesium die casting parts. You see this on the size of the die casting machine. We are owned by the Wangfang Group, and you can see the yellow spots are the plants from Meridian. We have 3 plants in North America, 1 plant in Europe, and 2 plants in Asia, in Shanghai and in Xinjiang. To the products we developed in the last 30 years, a roughly overview here. We started 1985 with classical high-pressure die casting parts, transfer cases, then steering column components, pedal brackets, and 1994 the first cross-car beams. Meanwhile, we're producing cross-car beams in North America, Europe, and Asia, basically globally. We have done seat structures, front of dash, transfer cases, center consoles, front end structures, and especially engine cradle, very unique part, steering column armature, and the last picture on the bottom, you can see a lift gate. We did lift gates. I will come in more detail to the lift gates now. We have done a lift gate development with Fiat Chrysler together, and I would like to talk a bit about the lift gate today. The vehicle is a Chrysler Pacifica, where we developed the lift gate for. A couple of advantages to the weight saving, mainly on electric vehicles, is the range extension due to the weight reduction, and on combustion engines, the fuel economy is getting a bit better due to the weight reduction. Especially also, we have see other effects on weight reduction. It's improved acceleration, improved braking, and a very important point is the downsizing of the number of components. I will come later to this specific point. Here you see now this the Pacifica, the Chrysler Pacifica minivan, and this liftgate was developed as an aluminium and magnesium casting, so it's like a hybrid, and we saved nearly 10% of the weight saving targets we got from our customer. The next point is a more detailed picture of the liftgate. The black part, what you can see, is the magnesium die casting, and the silver parts are the aluminium parts. In the middle area, you see the wiper reinforcement, and on the outside the outer lower skin and the outer upper skin. Important on this part is the high volume production. It's over 250,000 vehicles a year. On this page, you can only see the magnesium die casting parts, just that you get an impression of the size of the part. So we have a width of 1.4 meter and a height of 1.2 meter, a weight from 6.9 kilogram, and we are using in this case a magnesium alloy AM60 due to the required elongation as well as strength and castability. You can imagine you have a point about the castability is very important here due to the size of the part. The overall wall thickness of this part is 2.3 millimeter. We have in smaller areas where the latches attached, the hinges are attached, and attachment points to other components. We have a thicker wall thickness, but mainly we are working with a very thin 2.3 millimeter for the size of the component when you consider the size of the component. On the right side, you see now the previous generation, and that's what I mentioned at the beginning. The previous generation are combined, several stampings are welded and clinched and combined together, and we reduced this number of components to one large die casting and the aluminum reinforcement with 7 in the past. There were 7 steel stampings as well as plastic parts to build up the lift gate. Here's a very impressive picture about the elongation of a magnesium high pressure die casting part. You see this is component level testing equipment where we basically simulate the rear crash, and you see on the picture how the part is deforming, and component testing is often required. On the next page we are talking about simulation and CAE development. We are usually working with topology and topometry optimization tools to develop the optimize the ripping pattern, optimize the position of the ripping, optimize the thickness of the rips. These are very helpful technology to save development time and avoid tool modifications and tool changes. One short word about coating. On exterior parts, coating is required, and in this case where we have a wet environment, in this case we are using allodyne pre-coating and powder coating. Just these two coating steps. This is a bit different probably to the European process. The next on the next picture you see the joining technologies and components. So it's a hinge, and in this case, when you have an exterior part, you have to work. You have to protect against galvanic corrosion, and you have to work with an aluminium layer or an isolator between a steel component and an aluminium component if the magnesium if the component is in a wet and exterior environment. Otherwise you get a galvanic.
Yeah, but may I ask you to round up to
already
the next presentation?
My last page, and just to summarize, yeah, thank you very much, and this was contributing to the meeting today.
Just information for the audience. Please type in questions if you have them in the chat area. So please pull up the slide for Michael from Fischer as the next presentation.
Go to the slides where we are. So, George Fischer consists of 3 strong columns. On the left side, you see the piping system, and they produce an extensive range of piping system for the transport of water, gases, and aggressive media, mainly from plastics. On the right side, you see GF machining solutions. Manufacturers, for example, high precision machine tools, wire EDM machines, laser machines, and in the very near future, with the cooperation with 3D Systems, we produce as well 3D printers. In the middle, you see the GF casting solution, and is detailed in the following slides. Of course, we are globally active. At most of our locations, we manufacture on machine ranging from 1650 tons up to 4,400 tons. And our magnesium plants are in Altemark, Austria, Suzhou, China, and Mills River, USA. We manufacture with the following production processes: aluminum and magnesium hybrid die casting on the upper left side. On the right side, you see the investment casting. Then we have on the left down side the iron sand casting process, and on the right upper down side 3D printing with the powder bed method. In the area of additive manufacturing, we are active in the fields of turbines and energy technology. We are as well in 3D printed sand cores and molds for iron sand casting. And in the hybrid die casting area, we printed our own fuel inserts to improve the cooling. Where are going our innovative products? You see it. Our fields are aerospace, light vehicles, commercial vehicles, agriculture, energy, and industrial applications. Among other things, we develop solutions in the area of battery trays in order to make the customer aware that magnesium also has a place in this field. For this modular system, we plan to use the existing plant capacity, and therefore no expensive investment in even large plants is needed. That's a lot. Now we are in the slides. Sorry about that. Yeah, yes. Okay, enjoy. Already today, we are able to demonstrate success in the field of electromobility by using complex aluminum die casting. Here you see some examples from the VW group, and you see there are some issues to develop such things. But if we go to magnesium, you will also see through our R&D we can also support customers in this area of structural parts. Here the focus is still on lightweight design with constantly increasing demands in terms of strength and stiffness. And typical components are cross-car beams, tailgate, and shock tower, as my previous colleague had spoken about. Due to our knowledge and of course the market trends, already today 30% of our current order intake is for alternative drives. Why we can do that, or why we believe that it can do that? In order to develop the best possible customer solutions, you have to understand the 4 disciplines. Therefore, we have an R&D in-house development. We are working with the fields material development, process development, product development, and as well the component testing to understand that. And if you that understand, then enables the R&D to advise the customer in a very comprehensive way to avoid later mistakes. Due to early on understanding of the customer needs, we address the common development for the future in a partnership role. And we have some R&D department in Schaffhausen, as I'm located, as well in Suzhou in China. Now we come to that what you are interested in. In the following slides, you will see a selection of typical magnesium components to give you an impression of the current solution that are already state-of-the-art with the material magnesium. Here's an example of how individualization can be achieved using magnesium components. And that is in the near future, the first example for visible components for the Land Rover Defender. And you see that you directly view on the magnesium parts, where they are for sure coated, but you directly see magnesium parts for the first time. And now some further examples of various magnesium components in the automotive segment. Here you see the front end and the crosscar beam made from AM60, approximately 6 kilograms in the weight. And the process is normally casting, machining, stamping, and some partly e-coated. Here you see the center console. And the special of that is there's no machining on these both parts. They are from the Audi A8, and the question was to save costs, and we reached the target to save the cost about 30%. There's no machining, not with the material. Okay, upper door frame, some e-vehicle example about 3 kilograms weight. The process is casting, punching, machining, e-coating, and assembling. It's very complete. Then the control box cover, the valve cover, and oil model from the Porsche, some different kinds of Porsche. You see also the process is very easy: casting, stamping, machining. Some small assembly in the valve cover, as for example, and on the control box cover we have 47% against aluminium. After all consideration of design difference, we have 34% weight savings. As well here, some weight savings for the Daimler SLK seat frame, and we have done several steps to reach the target. This is the latest stage here on this area, about approximately 2.6 kilogram. Casting, stamping, machining, assembly is no assembly, but 30% against metal sheet. We have one. Then we have the control box. On the control box of the doors, window frame is made of AM50 with the aluminum door from aluminum Maxima 59. There's very complete casting, stamping, machining, e-coating, and joining. And here's the specialty: the joining of these both material without any corrosion under dynamic process. Some inner doors for the Aston Martin as well. Very interesting thing, but it's not allowed how many weight savings, approximately 30%, but okay, that's unofficial. Then we have casting, stamping, flattening in this area. And for the last slide, if you stay with us in connection, please use the LinkedIn and the YouTube channels. And I'm finished. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you for an interesting presentation. Next, I would say that Hartmut Fischer now.
As Martin already mentioned, I'm the Managing Director of Steel Magnesium Die Casting. I have more than 30 years of experience with lightweight handheld products, and magnesium is a key success factor for innovative lightweight design made by Steel. Steel has more than 60 years of experience with magnesium and more or less 50 years of experience with internal high-pressure die casting of magnesium, especially with hot chamber equipment. Please go to the next slide where I can do it. I tried. Yes, perfect. Some words to the steel company. It was founded in 1926 as an independent family-owned company. Last year we had a revenue of approximately 4 billion euro, and worldwide we are working with 17,000 employees. Important to mention this, that we have a very high vertical integration. I'm as managing director of steel magnesium die casting. This plant is founded approximately 50 years ago, and here we are working with 760 employees. We had last year a production volume of more or less 27 million parts, and we work with 5,500 tons of magnesium. We're working with 25 hot chamber machines and only 2 cold chamber machines. You can see our main competence is with the hot chamber technology. We have here machines with clamping force up to 1,000 tons. This is unique. We are the only company with such big hot chamber machines. Besides this, we can do the paintings, the machining, and the assembly, more as the pre-assembly if necessary. Our main customer is the steel company itself for the handheld products, but more or less roughly 30% we are doing our business with third parties like the automotive industry. We are very proud with our know-how that we got several awards for our parts. For example, the strut bar, I will say some words later on. It is well designed, it was best process, and this is a part of 90 centimeters. And this part is done by hot chamber technology, and I guess this is unique. This year we got an additional award. We got an award for a piston of a chainsaw, and for me it's really technology beyond the known limits possible with magnesium. My general message in respect to magnesium is that magnesium has a density advantage of approximately 30% versus aluminium, and important, this you can transfer into 30% less weight of your part. It is possible. Magnesium is an elementary success factor for innovative lightweight design. Of course, magnesium needs a design appropriate to the material. You can't copy a plastic or aluminum design. We at Steel have the know-how. Let's take a look it's in German, sorry. The question is, can we do structural parts as well with magnesium? Of course we can do. And here you can see the history of the A8 Audi strut bar. The part started in the second generation of the strut bar. It's a module, it's a joint part of aluminium parts in 2002. 2009, the next generation was a die casting part. I guess it was cheaper and stiffer, and this means better for the chassis. And since 3 years, we are producing for the Audi A8 magnesium part in the 4th generation. This is the development history way which shows the potential of magnesium. And what I already told you, the density advantage of 33%, more or less you can transform to the real part. And at the end, the aluminum part has a weight of 1.8 kilogram, and we can realize it with 1.28 kilogram magnesium. The big advantages, and therefore we are running our parts with magnesium for innovative lightweight designs. And this you can do with your parts as well. From my side, I mentioned the piston, and normally you are working with magnesium up to 120, 150 degrees, and now we realize it is serial production for a chainsaw or piston, and he is working with temperatures up to 350 degrees Celsius, and this demonstrates opportunities beyond the known limits. Tailored alloys could be your answer if you have special questions with more than 120 degrees Celsius, Magnesium is able to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hartmut. I see already that in the chat area the presenters already answer the questions. I think this is a good way to go forward and to take as much as possible out of this 1 hour. And I would like to open the floor up now for Jan Schütz for the last presentation.
Yes, thank you very much, Hartmut, to give me some time. I will present the Kraftwerk company, and at first I would like to tell you something about our mother company. We are a company from the Hettich Group. At the Hettich Group, you know, from technologies for furniture, so everything which makes your furniture move, it's from Hettich, or even if your kitchen burns down, everything which is still there, that's from Hettich. We have worldwide 6,600 employees, over the half from them in Germany, and there are some figures from 2018 on the bottom. We are located, the Hettich Group, near to Herford in Ostwestfalen in Germany, and furthermore we have locations all around the world, 39 and over 100 agencies worldwide. Our production sites are most of all in Germany and in Czech Republic, Spain, USA, China and India. That's the Hettich Group. And now we came to Hettich in Frankenberg and the Kraftwerk company. Here you see the Kraftwerk area. So there are 3 companies for the Hettich Group, and only Kraftwerk is producing for the automotive and urban mobility. We have the area of 7,700 square meters with, in 2018, 150 employees, and now we have 180 employees. Our vision is that we make the automotive and urban world lighter, and lighter means less consumption and more range. As the most advanced magnesium manufacturing company, we understand the importance of reducing the carbon footprint for our customers. We have a strategic realignment by the beginning of this year. We are out of 10 years for the automotive lightweight for products like support plates, clusters for instrumentation, navigation holders, armrests, head-up displays, also housing for head-up displays, and also dashboard housings. And yeah, for I think the last 4 years, we also have experience in the urban mobility, for example, for housings, for engines, for bikes, and also some scooter parts. The technologies we use is the hot chamber die casting and also the Tixo molding, so the injection molding for magnesium. We only cast the AZ 91D and the AN60. We have at the moment 9 magnesium hot chamber die casting machines from the clamping force 200 to 500 tons, and 1 sampling machines where we do our sampling phase so that we not interrupt our serial production. We have 2 injection molding machines up to 650 tons from JSW, and 1 magnesium injection molding machine with 1,250 tons clamping force from the company Yizumi, and that's at the moment the world's largest injection molding machine. And the 2nd and 3rd machine will be implemented in this year. And we are developing for the next round about 2 years a machine up to 2,000 tons clamping force. Our product groups, here are some bigger pictures for the automotive lightweight. Yeah, like I said, clusters for instrumentation, navigation holders, head-up display housings, and in the middle you see a gearbox housing for the Daimler T model we deliver here to Brose. We are actually in the 3rd generation, produce these parts for 10 years, and it's very low noise emission due to the damping properties of magnesium, And here we have no machining, so it's free falling from the tool, and gets the function that the back door opens with very low noises. And here we get also the first place of the EFM part competition and also by the EMA in the last years. Our second product group is the urban mobility. Here we have parts like engine housings for the Brose e-bike. There's the OEM is Specialized and some other ones, and also the belt run concha. So the force is pushed through a belt on the bike, and where the belt runs through, that's also Magnesium molding products. And the scooter you see below, there are also parts from Castwerk. Our customers here in alphabetic order, and then you see here where you can find our products. So all big OEMs you can find Castwerk products. And our strategic alignment from Hettich is that Castwerk answers to predicted demands. That means if we have some demands and we actually gained some new products for the next year, some new projects, we double our capacity this year in Frankenberg. So we have a starter kit which will be implemented this year of 2 500 machines, 1 650 tons Tixo machines, and also, like I mentioned before, 2 1,250 tons Tixo machines in this year. That's only in Frankenberg, so we double our capacity in Germany. And here we have on the next slide some picture of our management from the groundbreaking ceremony. And also we plan a Castwerk 2 in the next years. That will be in Romania, near to our customers in Turda. There we have the property in Turda, size approximately 158 square meters, also for the Hettich Group and also for Castwerk 2. And there we plan to implement the process steps, mechanical rework and powder coating, because at the moment we have external partners for that, and in the future we will do that by our own. And also the big Tixo molding machines up to 2,000 tons will be set up then in Romania. So thank you very much and keep on casting.
Okay, thank you, Jan. That's a very good motto for the industry. Keep on casting, especially in the times we are living now. We have about 5 minutes left, and I saw already that most of the questions are already answered, which are now in the chat. So if you have additional questions, please type it in quickly. I have noted one which was not answered, I think, and I think it was a little bit confusing. Michael, there was shown that the Audi e-tron shock tower, there was a question if that is magnesium. I'm sure that's not magnesium, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I'm answered already. At the moment, that is completely aluminium, but it's one future discussion if they want to change.
Okay, that would be certainly good news. Question from Tom that the PPTs will be available. We will put, I think we will send a PDF slide set to the participants after the webinar. And also please note, of course, that the webinar is recorded, although it's not very fluid to watch about because of the technical disruptions. Any more questions? If not, then I would like to ask the presenters if they want to conclude quickly. If not, Lee, do you want to say anything on behalf of the IMA? The microphone muted, I think. So I think it's close to 4 o'clock. I don't have any more questions on the chat. I thank you all for participating. A question came in from Suri, who is the speaker of Castwerk. It was Jan Schütz, and his name is also in the invitation to the seminar, and will be his email address will be available on the slide set as well. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Again, apologize for the technical interruptions and difficulties. We have done this the first time with the 8th webinar from the IMA, which are all recorded. And it's the first time we have done that from 4 different locations with 4 different presenters. So we are learning, and we are sure that the next time all will run smoother than today. Thank you very much. Thanks, IMA, for facilitating it, and all please keep healthy and safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.